Hey everyone, James Niggemeyer here. Thank you for tuning back into the YouTube channel. It's been a couple weeks since I've been out on Lake Fork, and that's because I went up to Mountain Home, Arkansas for the Norfolk Bassmaster Open, and then I did a back-to-back and went to Lake Eufaula for the Bass Nation event there. And so got home and really played catch up, and now I'm doing a few guide trips, so I thought I would do a Lake Fork fishing report. I went out there today, and boy, it was way less than ideal conditions. It was blowing like 10 to 15, probably 10 to 20, but it was gusting to 30, and I think it was every bit of that 30-mile-an-hour wind. The challenge with that is you can't get around nearly as easy. Even with my big 20-foot Ranger, it makes it more challenging to get around. But then, of course, just the act of placing baits and presenting them in a fashion, and then a lot of times, this time of year when we're fishing up shallow, we're using really light weights, and that makes it more challenging to get bites or to feel those bites when they happen. Even so, it was a good day on the water. We had nice quality, some slot fish, had the opportunity for some really nice ones, but unfortunately they didn't make it into the boat. We were keying on spawning pockets and areas with grass in it, which is really nice because I'm noticing that the grass is really kind of spread out across the lake. It's in multiple places, multiple areas. I don't see a whole lot of hydrilla, but I do see that what I believe is called North American pondweed. And that kind of grass is really nice because it ends up clumping and it'll grow off the bank in deeper water. It doesn't really mat out per se. I mean, it'll grow to the surface in deeper waters, and you'll have these tufts, and it will kind of create a mat, but it won't create the kind where it's a canopy where fish get underneath it. In my years of fishing it, fish get around it and they associate with it and they ambush prey from that vantage point, but they don't get in it like you would say hydrilla, because hydrilla has those caverns and things, and so the fish get underneath those canopies and you can punch them out of that. You can flip that North American pondweed, but it doesn't seem like it is a type of grass or weed that the fish get into. Like, they don't get into it proper like you would say hydrilla or hyacinth, where they actually go up underneath it. But it's good stuff. I think it creates great habitat for the lake. Seems like there's quite a bit of forage out there. I'm noticing there's quite a bit of shad in some of the pockets, quite a bit of bluegill in some of the areas. Still a bunch of spawning fish up there doing their thing, and we were able to catch some spawning fish just with your typical soft plastic presentations. Boy, those birds are loud. I don't know what kind they are, but they have like these long necks, kind of look like ducks, but looks like something you'd see in Florida. Anyways, just fishing light plastics and some other creature baits. And we also had fish, we caught fish on frogs, and then also caught fish on shallow cranks. That rat that I like to throw, that's the Buka Baits baby bull rat. Caught one good fish on that. So there's some different things that you can do, and we even had a fish blow up on a buzzbait. I definitely think that the fish are at least midway or more than midway through the spawn. Some of the guys that are out there on Lake Fork more regularly would know better than I would, but I'm seeing some fish spawning in some areas that typically are some of the first places to go. I'm seeing fry too, so that's always kind of gives you the idea of where they're at. And I actually saw a little baby bass that was probably 2 inches long. So you have kind of a broad span of where the fish are, and typically we get a good wave in April. Of course, today we really couldn't run around and see a lot. We just were able to fish in some areas and just observe where we were, and we had a decent day, a fair number of bites, and so that was really encouraging. And I definitely think that the frog bite should just get better and better. And also, I love the fact that the water's up. I know some people don't like the fact that the water's up and that they have the gates open, but I like a little higher full pool, and I like the fact that you've got some color in some areas. We've got some stained water in some areas. And again, the combination of the stained water and the grass, fantastic. I'm going to be out there, I think, the next couple days doing some more guide trips. If I see you out there, please say hi. That's really just a quick synopsis of what's going on Lake Fork. I'm thinking I might throw some different types of top water, some more buzz baits, maybe even some walking baits, some spook type, Zara spook type baits, and see if we can get some fish going on that stuff. I kind of feel like the shad spawn might be happening soon. Water temperatures, we saw anywhere from the high 60s to low 70s in some areas. The fish aren't everywhere. We definitely poked our noses into some places where I felt like we should have had bites and didn't. You still got to move around. You got to keep that trolling motor running and even fire up the big engine and move around as best as you can with these windy conditions. That's just a quick Lake Fork report. Hope everyone's getting out there and enjoying these spring type temperatures and dodging that wind where you can. Until next time, thanks for watching and good fishing.